What's up, everybody? It's your boy High Vibes. You know, we on that high vibe, vibing to Godzilla versus Kong, explained by an idiot. Now, I recently started watching Mr. High Boy right here, and he is funny. It is funny. I watched this Wally one right here. You see, it was funny. Probably the best one. I watched the Zootopia one. That one's the funniest one I've seen. The funniest one. It was so good. And yeah, spoiler warning too if you haven't seen Godzilla vs. Kong, and if you haven't, I don't know why you're clicking on the video, but you know. And also curse warning because he's probably gonna be cursing a lot. So yeah. Anyway, let's hop right into it right now.
My oh my, it's getting pretty cold outside. Yeah, keep each other warm when we're going through these times. Yeah, Hinata, Lucy, Nezuko, you're there by my side. Yeah, my little waifu, you can be my wife too. My oh my.
There we go. Let me hide that. And
welcome to King Kong vs. Godzilla, except move the king and switch these two around. And we start with Kong on Sky Island, living his life showering under a fucking waterfall, turning trees into toothpicks when he sees a tiny deaf girl with a toy of him, and he yeets the toothpick at the sun like a fucking, like a fucking javelin, mate. You see that?
you had to search on what it's called. It's like a fucking javelin, baby.
The sun is just a scream, and he's actually in a containment center. Then we see Dr. Andrews, who's Deaf Kid's mom and kind of the caretaker of King Kong, and they got a problemo because Kong's getting too chunky and big, which means that Godzilla might come for him because this town ain't big enough for two big dick titans. Then we get some quick cuts of all the fights King Kong and Godzilla had, and now they're gonna 1v1 each other on Rust. Look, I'm just gonna say it right now. You know what? I know what? Half the internet knows it. King Kong and Godzilla are gonna end up teaming up and fighting a common enemy. No doubt about it. Then we cut to this black.
Spoiler warning. You have 5 seconds. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They do.
That guy's dude making a conspiracy podcast about Apex Legends, the company he works for, and we see a promo.
Wait, Apex Legends? Ain't that the game? I remember watching this movie. I don't remember it being called Apex Legends.
Apex, and we see
he called it Apex.
Making a conspiracy podcast about Apex Legends, the company he works for, and we see a promo video of Apex, and we see its founder, and holy shit, we get it, movie. He's the bad guy. Stop shoving the dick of movie exposition that far down our asses. Jesus. Anyway, conspiracy Bernie annoys this guy away at the super run on his computer, then alarms start blaring because he's black. JK. Alarms start blaring because God.
What? Bro, can't be making jokes like that in 2021.
Bernie annoys this guy.
It's not even a minute yet. Come on, man.
Anyway, if the super run on his computer, then alarms start blaring because he's black. JK. Alarms start blaring because Godzilla is attacking. So very obvious bad guy in fucking crypto leaving the helicopter while Bernie continues snooping around
in effing crypto.
Very top secret places of the facility when Godzilla fucks up a wall next to him and allows him to see something he was not supposed to see, and he doesn't take pictures of it because he's a fucking shithead mongoose retard. Now on the news, everybody thinks that Godzilla gone crazy and wants to kill all humanity instead of protecting it from other meanie titans. You kidding me? He only killed 8 people?
Really? It was only 8? He freaking blew up a plate. What? He blew up the whole city.
Shit. Cut to this goth bitch that listens to his podcast, and she's the daughter of this fucking idiot that's supposed to protect against Godzilla attacks and provide relief or whatnot. And she's like, Dad, you gotta listen to Bernie. He says that attacks were not unprovoked. Could you stop listening to that black retard? You're so racist, Dad. Oh my god. No, I'm not. I'm just stating facts. He's black and he is a retard. These two things are unrelated. You're the one that's making a connection between them. So technically, you're the racist one, you dumb slut. Now go fuck off and do something stupid and dangerous so I can be worried about you for the rest of the movie. Next up.
Why?
Crypto and super obvious bad guy go to Professor Junkrat and discuss some shit that I'm gonna cut short here. See, Junkrat studies some shit, okay? Doesn't matter what studies, he's done shit. And he has this hollow earth theory that basically says that our earth has a smaller baby earth inside of it with its own ecosystem of giant fuck-off titans like King Kong and Godzilla, and that's where they most likely came from. And bad guy says that his theory is actually real, and he has proof that it is real, and he wants to go down there to get this energy source that will help him defeat Godzilla and kill him once and for all. But Junkrat's like, can't go down there because gravity inverts and you die. Don't worry about that, dog. We got you covered. We got these fucking vehicles we made with some movie science that'll survive the version of
maybe some movie science.
So Tarzan's like this type, and he decides to try and use King Kong to lead them to that energy source because Kong has genetic memory or whatever, meaning that he knows the place because he's from there, and he can also survive the gravity inversion because same reason. So he goes over to Dr. Andrews like, hey, can I use your monkey? She's like, no, Godzilla will come for him, and he's like, no, he won't. You're lying. Okay, fine, it is a possibility. But consider this: we could be finding Kong a new home. She's like, okay. So they drug the shit out of Kong to transport him via boat to the Hollow Earth entrance point at in Antarctica. Why can't I say that fucking properly? They're taking him to the Hollow Earth.
I don't know why you
in
can't.
Antarctica, which confuses me because he just said,
You always believed that Skull Island was like Hollow Earth come to the surface.
then why not go through Skull Island, jackass? Is that just their clothes, or did I misunderstand whatever vague statement he just made? Whatever. Fuck you. Moving on. Bad guy's daughter flies over with the anti-gravity spaceship, and she got nice tits, but she a bitch. Cause she...
I mean, all those things. I mean, those things he said are factual. Very factual.
Like, I'm just here to babysit our technology because it's cutting edge. The anti-gravity engines alone produce enough energy to light up Vegas for a week. Feel free to be impressed. Shut the fuck up, you whore. Drop that dress in all black, sunglasses, mean as fuck, pretend badass attitude, and get with the system. We're trying to save Monkey. Give him new home, jizzhead. Then later on, Death Kid goes to calm down Kong, who's throwing a temper tantrum. I am so bad at words.
Yes,
He's
you
throwing
are.
a temper tantrum, and Andrews finds out that Kong can communicate using sign language and that he wants to go home. By the way, he doesn't consider Skull Island home, okay? Apparently, Andrews been trying to teach him sign language, but she didn't think he was responding to anything she was teaching him, but he was responding, just not to her. He was responding to the kid in secret. How they never found this out with him being in a containment facility with cameras all over the goddamn place and people studying him 24/7, I do not know.
You know, he points these things out, and it makes you wonder: are they freaking idiots?
Fucking cum dirt morons. Anyway, Death Kid was one of the natives of the island, but a big dick storm came and Kong saved her and only her. Then Andrews came and vowed to protect her too, and I guess adopt her. So Junker gets the idea to have the Death Kid give directions to Kong, and Andrews goes like, fuck you, asshole, we're not doing that, she's a kid. But he like, s'il vous plaît, ma chérie. None of what I just said happened. There was no French involved, but I'm guessing from the slight nod that she's down with the idea. Then all of a sudden Godzilla comes for them and fucks up a few battleships here and there with ease, but somehow this measly cargo ship can take a beating instead of exploding, and it gets flipped over. Then they release Kong so he can fend for himself. He rights the ship and jumps from one ship to another into this aircraft carrier, eats a jet at Godzilla and gives him a killer right hook. Then Zilla submerges on the water and goes like, I'm a firing the laser! So Kong jumps off, and why can't I see his King Kong dong right here? Doesn't matter. Kong gets dragged down to the depths, so they disorient Godzilla with some bombs that do not affect Kong. I don't know how that works, but okay. Kong surfaces, and he's fully out of breath, tired of shit, so they shut off all the electrics and everything that makes it sound, all the engines and stuff, to make Godzilla think that he won and make him leave, and that kind of works. How does he even find King Kong? Is it because he makes a lot of noise? Because he wasn't making that much noise drugged on a boat. He was arguably making more noise on Skull Island. Or is it because he's radioactive, like the moth thing in the first Godzilla movie? Kong's not Imagine Dragons though, or is he? Was the moth radioactive? I can't remember. You should have rewatched it.
It's making me think too much, and I hate
They
it.
decide to airlift Kong to Antarctica, which is apparently much safer than transporting him by boat. Why wasn't this your first choice, you fucking nincompoops? Let's jump back to the goth bitch, because while this was happening, she called over her fucking Aussie cunt friend over with his brother's van to help her freaking find Bernie and ask him questions or help him or whatever. And she's a fucking cunt, okay? Because he got her the mode of transportation, and she won't even wait for him to get in the car before taking off. Fuck this hoe, yo. Whatever. He gets on, they're able to track down Bernie using a bleach lead, and he lets them in because she's the daughter of this Godzilla relief dude, and they get to talking, and Bernie's insane. Yeah? He shows them that he's got a dead wife whiskey and a gun holster, and he goes,
The day that this goes empty, that's the day you know I'm giving out.
that's just very obvious movie foreshadowing for I'm gonna drink this before I die at the end of the movie, and it's gonna be a moment. At least be a little bit more sly with the movie. Fucking goddamn. So next up, they decide to break into the ruins of Apex, and I highly doubt that this should be able to open the door, but whatever, maybe the doors in Apex are artistic like that. So they broke.
I don't know. He's making me think too much. And it's so funny. I don't know how.
And they didn't find the thing that he saw when he broke in the first time, so they go down to sub-level 33 in this elevator and hide from guards in this pod full of skull crawler eggs, which are basically enemy King Kong Godzilla eggs or something. I don't know which one.
Basically.
Then the door gets shut on them and they get Elon Musk hyperlooped over to King Kong. Hong Kong, not King Kong. Now fuck them and switch back to Antarctica. Kong arrives there and gets dropped there and wakes up like, the fuck's this shit? Then Death Kid tells him to go into the Hollow Earth entry hole to find his new home, but he ain't Vince. See, I'm using Vince now instead of convinced because it's too long and I'm too cool. So Andrews tells her to tell him that there might be others like him down there, so she signs that to him and he's like, for real, homie? Let's go, dude! And they follow him using the Heave anti-flippy-dippy gravity mobiles. Heave stands for, hey Elsa, ass vomit. They follow him with the sci-fi asshole.
Hey Elsa, ass vomit. That's basically diarrhea, right? Diarrhea? Yeah. Diarrhea.
Well, Gravity Inverse, they low-key shit themselves. And have you seen Journey to the Center of the Earth or Reddit or even Ice Age Dawn of the Man?
I have seen I've seen Journey to the Mysterious Island, the movie. That was a good movie. It wasn't a bad one.
dinosaurs. Yeah, that's basically it right here. It's a world of dinosaur dragon-like fuck asses.
Oh yeah, I
take
did
out one of the
see.
three
Yeah,
heaves, so
I
King
did see
Kong
it.
shits on them with a little help from Junkrat and eats their brains literally. Then makes it to this high point where they jump off the inner crust of Big Earth onto Little Earth. Okay, he runs a bit more, makes it to this temple or something that his ancestors must have built. He opens the temple, walks in, and it's like a Roman Colosseum or throne room place with health hazards on the fucking ceiling. And then he rips an axe out of a skull and sits on a throne. Maybe it's hiding beneath all that vegetation between his legs. Why am I so fixated on this? Whatever. Let's jump back to Deathcore, Malteser, and Crocodile Not So Dundee. They finally make it to Hong Kong and start snooping around the Apex facility over there to find a giant sacrificial chamber and a giant Mechagodzilla controlled by Crypto. And he kills this skull walker or crawler, whatever it's called, then runs out of energy. Then super obvious bad guy gives some movie exposition that he will be able to power this Mechagodzilla to take down real Godzilla, which is hella backstabby and gay once his daughter finds this power source that he sent her down to get from Hollow Earth. And see, this is why Godzilla attacked the first Apex facility in the first place, because he sensed something big going on. He went over there to fuck it up, and now people think it's bad. And now he sensed this test too, where they ran out of energy, so he changed course over to Hong Kong to go fuck up their shit. I really love how they couldn't see that they have 3 intruders in their sacrificial chamber, even though this ugly motherfucking tripod tried to go for them, and they inadvertently saved them. Blind bastards. Anyway, as I said, they're still undetected, and they do some more snooping around to find this skull of a 3-headed titan that Godzilla killed, I think.
And Godzilla, King of the Monsters, that was a good
Apparently, its necks were so long, the 3 heads communicated telepathically, and they see Crypto inside there, but he doesn't understand because he's too deep into VR porn to do so. And Bernie thinks they must have the second skull in that Mechagodzilla and connected Crypto to this one and are controlling it through movie science, telepathy, whatever the fuck. But my question is, why the fuck is Crypto still in the uplink? Didn't the Mecha just run out of power and he came out of the uplink and had a full-on conversation with the very obvious bad guy? He should totally notice they're here. In fact, he should have been gone out of the Zoom by now.
Stop questioning the movie
after soul bonding with a fucking slut dragon. Anyway, 3 things are happening right now. First, King Kong's axe glows. Turns out it's made of fucking nuclear tesseract energy material or something like that. So he puts it in this wireless suction port on the ground that lights up some cool Godzilla art. Second, Godzilla arrived at Hong Kong and started demolishing and killing half the city when Kong started charging his axe, and Godzilla sensed this and started firing his laser down at Kong. And 3, bad guy and Crypto are like, yes, they found energy source. How is Crypto in the room with him? Wasn't he just in the skull room with the 3 retards? Whatever. Bad guy daughter takes a sample of the energy source with a spider robot so her dad can read its energy signature and recreate it on the surface and make his own power source, nuclear power source, whatever. Listen, I'm no scientist, okay? But I'm willing to wager that that's a giant load of bullshit. They're leaning super hard on movie science here, but who the fuck?
Yeah, they're leaning on the movie science.
Finally reaches the core, and bad guy daughter Ho tries to escape, but Kong crushes her because she pulled the gun on the Death Kid, and that's a big no-no for him. Then Kong drops down, or rather up, with his axe to go battle Godzilla for round 2. Godzilla must have made the hole from the other end, because that's the only way this hole would make any sense leading to the surface. Anyway, at the surface, King Kong shows up and goes to town on Godzilla. Why are these people still in the restaurant? Didn't the hotel guy from John Wick give the evacuation order a long time ago? That's not important though. So some rich Asians died. Who the fuck cares? Godzilla fires his laser at Kong, but Kong protects himself with the axe, which sucks up the laser energy. Then he stabs him with it in the leg, but Godzilla gets him off and pulls out the axe and yeets it away. Lets out a big ass. The next he attacks Kong, but through some clever maneuvering and parkour and a big ass frisbee, he gets back to the axe. And Zilla has some huge lungs and shit aim because he's still going and aiming at the axe. So Kong jumps up and fucking slam dunks him in the jaw. They both get launched away from each other. Death Kid crew, who are back at the surface, go like, looks like round 2 goes to Kong. The score's all tied up, ladies and gentlemen. But let's go back to the retard trio again, because they snuck into the skull. So you do have a phone, fucking retardio. Why did you use it before? They get caught to the evil guy who recognizes the girl because he knows her dad and goes on with his evil plan like, we need to replace Godzilla, humans need to be the top dog again, you know, all that stuff already know. Now back to the Titan fight again. Kong, the retard ape, now bearing a fucking crane instead of his axe, throws it at Zilla and jumps onto his spiky back. Stupid moves, Kong. Stupid moves, homie. Yeah. They keep duking it out. Godzilla dislocates Kong's shoulder. He really peaked in round 2, didn't he? Zilla keeps scratching up, then steps on him and looks him dead in the eye and lets out a big roar. Then Kong goes, your breath stank! Then Zilla leaves and Kong goes, eat a tic-tac, motherfucker. I'm weak. Why did he not kill Kong? That's prime laser in time right there. Why the fuck do they keep sparing each other? God damn. Whatever. Well,
I don't care what you say. Godzilla beat Kong fair, and it's let's say Godzilla beat Kong. I don't care. Because, okay, so, little side story. After we watched Godzilla vs. Kong, he was like, that was such a good movie. And I said, yeah, Godzilla won, though. They were like, what? No, Kong won. I was like, no. It's like, well, they came together and they both won. I was like, no, Godzilla won. The whole point of the movie was Godzilla versus Kong. Godzilla beat Kong twice. One where he had the advantage and one where he didn't have the advantage. Kind of. I don't know. But yeah.
This was going on, bad guy was still evil speeching. He connects their bullshit new power source to the Mechagodzilla, and Crypto puts on the headset and they power up the mecha. But Crypto starts losing control because the dead Chikatari Titan skull, whatever the hell it's called, starts taking control, like Robocop, increasing its serotonin levels or whatnot. Listen, I don't fucking know what kind of nuclear energy voodoo crap movie science bullshit's going on here. But point is, Mechagodzilla goes rogue and Crypto dies, and Mecha kills bad guy but leaves the retarded trio alive very conveniently. Then it breaks out of the facility it's in. Godzilla sees Robo Bitch, and both of them make a beeline for each other and start going at it, while Moana and Fat Chocolate try to guess the password to bad guy's Mechagodzilla gaming PC. Then Death Kid's team goes to Godzilla, and Death Kid feels the ground and tells them that his heart is slowing down. Fuck off, you can't feel that with two nuclear dinosaurs having a street fight less than 3 kilometers away. Fuck you, kid. Anyway, Tarzan, who's suddenly qualified to fuck with a heaved state-of-the-art power source, rewires it to be a giant defibrillator to restart Kong's heart, while Godzilla has his ass handed to him, and Kong wakes up. The kid tells him that Godzilla's not the enemy, that screw-off Mechagodzilla is, and he's like, okay, fine, fixes up his shoulder and saves Godzilla from certain death, and it's a very even 2v1 right now. He even finds and uses his nuclear fucking axe. However, Mechazilla's still OP as fuck, but in reality it's actually 2.05v1, because deep down under who gets completely locked out of the computer like,
I'm not used to this. I'm used to pirating movies online.
I feel you, bro. Anyway, he dumps Bernie's dead wife whiskey on it and actually slows down Godzilla a little bit. What if the computer was just a terminal to a bigger computer or server that controls Godzilla, and destroying it doesn't affect him at all and just makes your job of shutting him down even harder? Whatever. The Aussie's gamble pays off, and Godzilla charges Kong's axe, and Kong goes, there's never been a more appropriate time for me to say this. He goes apeshit on the mecha, ripping it to shreds, tearing it limb from limb, even pulling out its fucking spine. Then the goth kid reunites with her dad. King Kong and Godzilla high five, not really, but they do end up on good terms and leave each other alone, and Kong goes to live in Hollow Earth. So he gets one ripped gorilla out of 2 Jurassic Parks.
It gets one ripped gorilla out of 2 Jurassic Parks. Is that good? I have no freaking clue. Alright. Good episode. I sure enjoyed it. Still, my favorite's going to be the Zootopia one. That's the funniest one in the world. Go subscribe to this high boy right here. I forgot to subscribe. There we go. Subscribed. Yes, sir. This is a longer reaction, but I hope you enjoyed it. Might do more or something like this, like, you know, just normal weird videos. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Adios, hasta luego, auf Wiedersehen, and don't forget to say goodbye.